Well, here we are in downtown Flagstaff. Much like Tehachapi is a railroad town, very active railroad town with big trains coming through all the time. We're going to go into the old train station and pick up a walking tour so we can look around the old town and see the sights.
Self-guided walking tour, which is really cool. So you can just take your time. You don't have to worry about other people waiting on you. And we're probably going to pick up one that's about 45 minutes long, which for us translates to about an hour and a half because I stop and I film everything. But anyway, let's go do it. Let's check out this town. We cannot wait to see Flagstaff. And what was all that about?
We're excited about taking you along.
Oh, whoops. Oh, we did a great job, didn't we?
We're excited about taking you along.
The Flagstaff Visitor Center is located inside the historic Santa Fe train depot, right on Route 66. They've got free maps and hiking brochures, and of course, we picked one up for our walking tour. Not to mention another sticker for my car. There was a secret hiding inside of this telephone booth. Yep, a little free library. I love how you can find those in lots of little towns, sometimes just on regular streets. Of course, we had to park on the wrong side of the tracks and had to cross them to get to town.
This building, known as the McMillan, first gained prominence in Flagstaff as the Bank Hotel. Construction of a bank building began here in 1886, but ironically, the bank ran short of funds. Thomas McMillan became one of Flagstaff's earliest ranchers after seeking gold in California and raising sheep in Australia. Took over the project and finished the building. And here we have a mural from Northern Arizona University, home of the Lumberjacks, a major university here in Flagstaff. The highly influential John W. Weatherford arrived at Flagstaff in 1886 and purchased lots on Gold Avenue, later named LaRue Street, with money from selling his horse and buggy. He operated several businesses, including the Parlor Saloon, a livery stable that rented horses and buggies, and a furniture store. He ultimately transformed his corner property into a hotel that opened in 1900.
We had the opportunity to walk around inside on the ground floor, and it was very classic. Established on New Year's Day in 1900, this building has served as a prominent social hub and frontier hospitality crown jewel for over 125 years. I'm loving this new trend of painting power boxes, etc. around town. It looks so good.
The Orpheum Theater stands as another John Weatherford venue. In 1911, following an ill-fated and short-lived egg ranch, Weatherford reimagined this lot into what became the majestic Opera House.
This theater operates out of a beautifully preserved, century-old historic movie house.
I'm enjoying this a lot. We are learning a whole bunch about the history of the town and seeing some amazing buildings, including the most incredible murals.
And here we are in Heritage Square. What I like about these walkable neighborhoods is before the automobile, everything was designed around human beings and walking around. And after that, pretty much everything's designed around cars. And so it's really fun to walk in the old walkable neighborhood.
The Babbitt brothers, David, George, William, Charles, and Edward, were pioneering entrepreneurs who arrived in Flagstaff from Cincinnati, Ohio in 1886. Stepping off the train right after a catastrophic fire had leveled downtown Flagstaff, they stayed to build a sprawling empire that spanned cattle ranching, massive mercantile department stores, lumber, and real estate. This federal building serves as the U.S. Magistrate and Bankruptcy Court. Incorporated in 1949, this mission focuses on providing spiritual and physical assistance to Native American communities, primarily the Navajo.
Fascinating to see the contrast between the Indian Bible Church, which is plain cinder block, and this fancy church over here, which I'm guessing is Roman Catholic or Episcopal.
Known locally as the Pink Church due to its exterior tint, this 1930 Gothic Revival masterpiece is no longer used for regular Sunday masses. This beautiful artwork is in memory of all the children that have died unborn. On the opposite side of the street is the Flagstaff Municipal Court. Founded in 1972, Theatricos provides an intimate live-stage playhouse experience featuring local actors, directors, and design talent. From what I hear, there are over 100 restaurants in Flagstaff. So how do you choose? Route 66 features prominently all over town. Wandering down the streets, and especially down the alleyways, reveals a side to Flagstaff that is uniquely colorful and artistic. And if you're watching closely, you'll always come across yet another mural. This is the old Flagstaff station. It was built in 1886, but later burned down, and then a red sandstone replacement station was constructed.
I get the impression that this town really comes to life around lunchtime. We see a lot of places setting up, and it's after 11 a.m. So if you want to come downtown and explore and enjoy everything it has to offer, I'd suggest start at lunch or dinner time.
Flagstaff boasts more than 40 public art installations and large-scale murals spread across its historic downtown and South Side neighborhoods. This was the last one that we saw as we walked back to our car, and I think we just might have saved the best for last. The Motel Sierra Vista is a historic, hidden Route 66 era landmark. Similar to its neighbor, the Motel Downtowner, this property is permanently closed as a commercial motel and has been repurposed into a long-term apartment complex. And look at those amazing front doors. Just check out this mural. It looks like stained glass, doesn't it?
Well, guys, that was wonderful. What an amazing self-guided walking tour we got to do.
Yes, Flagstaff is just eye-popping downtown. And it just shows you the prosperity this country had before World War I. The stuff people built before 1914, just absolutely amazing. Virtually everything downtown here is from that era. Very walkable, human-sized, ambitious, colorful, decorative. It's definitely not just worth seeing, it's worth going to see.
Absolutely. And if you enjoyed seeing it with us on our tour today, please give us a thumbs up. Please click like. Please subscribe to our channel because there's lots more to come.
Follow us everywhere we go and keep doing it so you keep doing it.